calling the last but not least Professor Dr. Gabriel Gorghiu from Valahia University, Romania, to present an educational approach related to rewilding in several Romanian schools. So 10 minutes are yours.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to meet you, and thank you for this opportunity. I think everybody can hear me. Is okay, and see my first slide of the presentation.
Yes, everything is okay.
Okay, I think we are a little bit over the time, but I try to be very, very short concerning our idea to move from a scientific point of view to education, because previously we heard presentation, I think Miss Claudia's presentation about endangered species, jaguar, puma, and not just those animals. So we are talking about an attempt, an approach related to rewilding in several Romanian schools. The idea of just a moment. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the idea of this approach is under the umbrella of science education, and everybody knows that science education it's a distinct field in education, which aims to teach and learn science and also science disciplines. You know everybody about chemistry education, about biology education, about physics education, and so on, and has the major goal to help students to understand first science. You will know, and probably this is recorded at the global level, that the interest of young students and teenagers for science is low. Especially in European Union, we notice year after year that their interest to participate in science and to learn about science is very, very low. So in this respect, we try to find a lot of ways to bring them near science, and that's why the European Commission introduced more than a decade ago the concept of STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, under the same umbrella. And now we are trying to move to STEAM, including also arts near science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And if we are talking about science action, we have to say that this is an approach that gets introduced by all the teachers, not just by science teachers, in different educational activities, and is seen as a set of activities which integrate current scientific problem, cutting edge. Sorry?
No, it's okay. I just wanted someone was in, but it's okay now. Please go on.
Okay, so introducing scientific problems, cutting edge scientific problems. Most of them must be selected from what's happening around us. Most of them must be correlated, of course, with the topics which are proposed by the national curriculum. And in this sense, we have to stimulate the students. We have to have from them a strongly motivational support. We try to discuss these topics with them, or these actual clues related to science. But during this science action, students must apply what they know, their knowledge, how to apply these ideas in different contexts. And of course, they have to interact not just with teachers, but also with scientists, with researchers, with engineers, with people who are very near science. And also a science action must keep a realistic challenge, must keep what's happening in these times, and must propose solutions which are feasible for us, for the community, and for the earth in general. So why these science actions are introduced in education? Because there is a huge disconnection between the scientific knowledge and the implementation of this knowledge on most levels. So topics like climate change, biodiversity conservation, environmental management must be known by the students even from early ages, even from pre-primary education, continuing with primary, secondary, and of course higher education. These topics must be put in an attractive format, both for formal and non-formal education, and must involve stakeholders, as I told you, not just teachers. That is the reason for proposing a project, EU project under the Horizon 2020 program. The name of the project is Connect, Inclusive Open Schooling Through Engaging and Future-Oriented Science. And the goal of this project is oriented on creating an inclusive, sustainable model that try to facilitate the adoption of open schooling, a concept which try to open science to schools and not just open, not just for schools. One of the first module that we tried to pilot in this project was oriented on rewilding. So we try to design a science action oriented on rewilding. And as you know, rewilding is in fact a way for ecological restoration. And rewilding tries to integrate, to reintroduce animals who are extinct into the actual ecosystems. And particularities of this science action was oriented on promoting a campaign that must convince the community to reintroduce an animal into the habitat, into the local or regional habitat or national habitat. And for that, the students must use their knowledge, but also use new methods, didactic methods, like investigation, like inquiry, okay, like problem-based learning, like project method, okay, to weight all the evidence in order to support this campaign. And this kind of action can be integrated into both formal and non-formal activities, and the correlation with the curriculum is important, but most of the countries at this moment foresees some links related to ecology and with this scientific clues in their curricula. But why rewilding? Because rewilding must not be seen just an European issue. It's a global issue, and it represents a very engaging issue for the students, and especially for young students, for the kids, for the children. Okay, and as I told you, fits with the curricula. Here I try to mention some fits, and I'm talking about feeding relationships. I'm talking about the competition for resources. I'm talking about environmental factor which must be introduced together with this topic. And concerning the design of the science action, here we have roles which are clear for a teacher, for students, for parents, for scientists. Also dedicated materials for them, opportunity for research also for students. Even research in schools is not a common noun. Or on the other hand, we have to localize, because it depends of each characteristic of the terrain and of each country. What are the animals who can be rewilded in such context? And here are the stages and the particular activities which are designed for such unit. Mainly, there are 3 stages with related activities. First stage concerning care, yes, when the students are engaged in the issue and try to understand what is rewilding. And 1 or 2 stages related to know, yes, when they perform a case study to apply science idea, and in this context, they propose to rewild 1 or maybe 2 species in their habitat, in their local or regional habitat. And in the end, a do stage, when they create outputs for audience, especially related to the promotion and to let the other know what are the motives for proposing 1 or 2 animals to rewild the habitats. These are some examples of animals. Of course, there are more in the world. We are talking about bisons in some areas. We are talking about lynx, bobcat, yes, in our forest. In some countries, there is the possibility to rewild the bear. Here in Romania, we have a lot of bears, and this kind of animal is not so useful for we discuss in the rewilding, but about wolves and about other animals we can discuss. So students are engaged in these issues. They choose one animal in the first hand, and they try to know more and more about this animal with the help of the family, with the help of the teachers, with the help of the scientists who are invited to participate in such discussions. And then the teacher sets all the tasks, and together with the scientists explain how rewilding works. And here is a piece of information that teacher can give to students in order to provoke them, in order to try to make them to work about this topic. And then in the now stage, there are discussions about what is happening in other areas when these animals were reintroduced. There are long discussions about food web, which let work out the effect of changing one population to another. And of course, here, because we are running out of time, there are the small steps that the teachers, the students, and their parents and the scientists must take them in order to finish this science action. And I will pass to what's happening in our country, because we try to introduce this science action in several schools. Unfortunately, the pandemic time was not our friend, because we were limited in terms of resources, in terms of meetings, in terms of classes. The whole educational process have been done in an online format, and it was not in our help. But despite of that, we have nice schools, nice teachers, and wonderful students together with their parents, which were involved in some success story concerning this unit here in Romania. So we had 13 partnership agreed here. From them, 10 became operational, and in this respect, 10 schools were able to introduce this pilot in their practical activities and their school activities. We had 27 teachers who started, 19 finished, and we were happy that from more than 350 students, 205 finished the whole design of the science action unit. And the only possibility for us to interact with students and their teachers, because we were not allowed to come into school, we were not allowed to make a direct connection with the students a long time, was to make a coaching process. In the coaching process, we met online with the teachers once per week or once in 2 weeks time, and then in the end we met also a part of the students and discussed with them about how this unit worked. And in the end, I want to show you some pictures. Here is a nice vision of some of our students related to rewilding. Of course, big part is in Romanian, and what they try to understand about rewilding. Here is a class in primary education. We had one primary education class who tried to introduce and to make the whole science action from beginning to the end, and it was very nice to discuss, to meet them, and to see that most of those children are thinking like an adult. So it was nice to see and to know from them what are their justification, what are their feelings concerning this topic. And this is also a meeting with the scientists and with our researchers, together with them, when we discussed about wolves and why the wolves are important for the ecosystems, why they have to be in our forest, in our environment. And here are also
Time to finish. Sorry, Professor.
Yes, this
Please
is the
conclude.
last. Here are the part of their work. We have here a kind of bison. I'm not sure if it's well, but we call it wisent here. It's an old animal. It lived many years ago in our forest, and some of them propose the bobcat, some of them propose also the wolves. And in the end, I want to thank you very much for this opportunity. And okay, I hope the whole summer school will be a success for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Gorghiu, for this inspiring presentation.